if you are feeling stuck in this season right now, if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling confused, if you are feeling drained, I want you to know that it is okay, that you are not alone, that I am in it with you, and we are going to get unstuck together, babe. This is the BS4 podcast, and I'm your host, Bria Villa. Hey, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the BS4 podcast. I'm your host, Bria Villa, and you have not found this episode by chance. This episode is meant for you specifically if you feel like you are just stuck, if you feel like you're in a rut that you can't seem to break out of, you're in this cycle and it just feels like everything is hard right now. Feels like you are confused, you don't know where to go next, you feel like you're overloaded with all the things that you have going on in your life, you're anxious, you feel like you are just paralyzed by all the things that are happening in your life right now. If you are feeling stuck, this episode is 100% for you. I know I've been feeling stuck lately. This is why I wanted to record this episode, is because I wanted to be vulnerable and honest about how I've been feeling. I've been feeling really stuck. I've been feeling paralyzed by all the things that I need to do. And I wanted to just talk through what I do to get unstuck, because that is what I'm actively doing, is getting unstuck. So today the B is for breaking out of this cycle. We are breaking out of this stuck, icky, gross cycle that we're in right now. And I'm going to walk you through the steps of getting unstuck. Also, if you are listening today, you are missing out on a very lovely guest that I have on the pod. His name is Max. I also call him Maximus Bo Maximus. I also call him Maxwell. I call him Maxi Woo Woo. I call him Tootie Wootie Snooty Booty. I call him Max if I want him to sit his ass down. I call him Max if I'm feeling a little grinchy. This is Natalia's 13-year-old Yorkie that she's had since she was young. He got stinky breath and stinky farts, but I love him anyways. And he refuses to be anywhere but by me when he is at our house. And so he is joining me today on the couch. I'm hoping that he goes to sleep here shortly, but he is feeling alert right now, and I don't know why. I'm like, bro, go to sleep. I know you're tired. Anyways, that's one thing about dogs and kids. They gonna fight sleep. They gonna fight sleep when they really need sleep. They gonna fight it. I'm like, why are you doing that? You don't even want to be awake. Go to bed. But anyways, I digress. Sorry for the distraction, but I have a very cute Yorkie chilling with me if you decide to watch on YouTube. That being said, please make sure that if you are watching on YouTube or if you're listening to the podcast, wherever you are, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend who may need this episode too, and please follow the podcast. Follow it on Apple, on Spotify, on wherever you get your podcast. And anytime you interact with the podcast, it really helps me be able to do more of it. So please make sure that you engage, because I would love you forever if you did. And without further ado, let's get into it. So I wanted to do this episode because I've just been feeling like I'm in a rut. I've been feeling super stuck and I don't know why. Like, I've had no energy, no motivation. I've been so off in my routine. I've felt so off, just off. Like, I've just felt so out of it, so unaligned to myself. Honestly, really overwhelmed with everything that I have going on. I feel like I traveled for a month straight, basically. I went to London, I went to Madrid, I went to Miami, I went to Bali, and I did everything back to back. That I think I went from having all these things to look forward to in such a busy schedule and also kind of being out of routine, that now that I've been back, my schedule has been thrown off. I don't have one of those big trips to look forward to. I'm not in this like constant phase of motion where I'm like, okay, now the next thing, okay, now the next thing, okay, now the next thing, that I've almost felt like I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I don't know how to get back to normalcy. I also, because of all this travel, have felt so out of routine with the daily things that were staples in my life, with journaling, with meditating, with praying, with my morning routine, with my workout routine, with my eating habits. Like, so much was so thrown off for a while that coming back into routine and having that stability has felt weirdly unstable. Like, I haven't been able to like find my groove again in those ways because my groove was so thrown off because of all the travel. So, definitely feeling like the post travel blues is a thing. I also just feel like I went from go, go, go to like being a little bit more put and stable. Again, I had these things to look forward to that now I'm like, oh, like what's next type of thing. And I don't feel like that's a good thing. I don't feel like the what's next mindset is the right mindset. Of course, like you want to aspire, you want to do more, you get excited about what you can do in life, but it's also really good to be where your feet are, to be present, enjoy the moment, enjoy the routine that you're able to create for yourself. And that's where you have to work harder to put these things into practice. That's where you have to find discipline. And honestly, I just haven't had the energy for it. I haven't felt great lately. If I'm being so real with you, I've just felt off. Like, I haven't wanted to get back into routine, which I thought that's something that I would be like really looking forward to after all the travel. I tried to get into routine and then my cycle came and my hormones were all over the place, and I've just been feeling so out of it. And so I say all this to say, if you're a woman listening to this, if you're anybody listening to this, but a woman specifically, it is okay to feel out of it. It is okay to not show up perfect all the time. It is okay to kind of get thrown off your routine and have to come back to it. It's okay to feel like you are in a rut, to feel like you are stuck. That means you're human. And honestly, I go through these cycles a few times a year. Like, I have little phases a few times a year, probably like a good 3 times a year, where I'm just feeling out of it, where I'm feeling super unmotivated, where it feels like nothing is appealing to me. I'm not excited about anything. I'm honestly like kind of in a negative, weird headspace. And I'm just feeling like paralysis because there's so many things that I feel like I could be doing or so many different ideas that I have, but no drive to do any of them and not even knowing where to start. And so I just want you to know that that is normal. It is okay to feel stuck. It is okay to feel like I don't know what to do next. It is okay to feel defeated. It is okay to feel like I don't know what I want. I am confused. I am tired. I'm out of ideas, or I have too many ideas and I don't know where to begin. But, ladies, folks, whoever's listening, what we don't do is stay in this space. It is okay to get into this space, but what we don't do is stay in it. When we recognize that it's happening, when we know that we're feeling this way, it's okay to like feel it. But then there comes a point where you're like, all right, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I need to figure it out. I need to get unstuck. And so today, that's what we're talking about. There's a few phases to getting unstuck, and I'm going to walk you through each one of them. But I also want you to know that it's normal to feel stuck. If you are feeling stuck in this season right now, if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling confused, if you are feeling drained, I want you to know that it is okay, that you are not alone, that I am in it with you, and we are going to get unstuck together, babe. We're going to get unstuck. All right? So, first things first, I'm going to walk you through 3 steps to get unstuck. Very simple, very straightforward. You just follow these 3 steps with potentially a fourth step, depending. But we're going to go through 3 steps to get you unstuck. Okay? First step is figuring out why. Why do we feel stuck right now? I want you to take time to reflect. I want you to spend time with yourself, understanding why it is that you feel stuck. The best way to figure out why you feel stuck is to turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Lock yourself in your room for an hour. Set a timer on your phone for 30 minutes and write all the things that you're feeling. Everything. You don't have to write anything perfect. You don't have to have a whole evaluation of why you're feeling this way or have the perfect answer as to why you're feeling this way. I just want you to write how you're feeling, period. Okay. So I want you to journal for 30 minutes, set a timer, and don't stop writing. Obviously, if you catch a hand cramp, it's okay, babe. You can pause, but like do your best for 30 minutes straight to just write why you're feeling this way. In my evaluation of why I feel stuck, I kind of said in the beginning of this episode is there's a lot of things that I had to look forward to that I no longer have to look forward to, and I'm kind of depressed about it. I'm a little bit in a like blues state of like I don't have these things to look forward to anymore, right? I also mentioned that I had to get back into the routine of things, and the idea of getting back into the routine also meant accepting that all these fun things that I was looking forward to have already passed. And so I didn't want to like face reality in that way. So to me, the routine was like an acceptance of, oh, I'm back in the swing of things, which I didn't want to accept, to be honest. And also leaving all my trips, I felt so motivated in a lot of ways. I had so many different ideas of what I want to do, how I want to show up, things for the podcast, entrepreneurial endeavors, career realizations that I honestly have been feeling paralyzed by all of them because there's so many things that I'm evaluating and so many things I'm thinking about right now. And so those were the things that came out of my own reflection about why I feel stuck. So I just want you to take 30 minutes, set a timer, no phone, no distractions, just write how you feel. Write how you feel. And then for the next 30 minutes, I want you to read it. I want you to read how you're feeling because as you're writing it, I don't want you to think about like, oh, this is why, and this is why, and this is why. I just want you to just get all your thoughts out. Okay. And then use the next 30 minutes to evaluate and look into your thoughts. Notice themes that come up. I'm stressed about this, I'm stressed about that, there's this on my plate, there's this that I know that's coming up. Whatever the case is, I want you to look at those things and then kind of pick out themes as to why those feelings are coming up for you. And honestly, in that hour, you may realize that there's not necessarily a huge why. Sometimes you just feel stuck. Like, it doesn't need to be this big reason or there's something to blame for why you're feeling stuck. It can just be that you feel that way and you don't fully understand why. But it's good to at least try to understand why, to get all your feelings out, to process them in that way. That way, at least it's off your shoulders and somewhere else. It's out of your mind and somewhere else. And so I'm a big advocate for journaling. I think it's really important to just process your feelings that way. And so that's all I want you to do is figure out why. Okay. Once you figure out why, or at least you try to figure out why, you've kind of processed your emotions, you've understand what's coming up for you, and then that's one step closer to getting unstuck. So that's just step one. I just want you to figure out why. Like, what is the reason? What's coming up for you? What do you feel like is holding you back? And it'll help you outline the next step. The next step to getting unstuck is creating a plan, one that is actionable, one that requires you to put things in motion, but doesn't require too much effort. Okay? Because oftentimes when we feel stuck, everything feels difficult. Even the smallest things, like getting out of bed in the morning. Even doing that journaling exercise feels hard. Getting into your routine feels hard. So I don't want you to pick something that feels so unattainable that you won't do it at all. But you have to create a plan. You have to set up something for yourself to do that will just get you in motion. Okay? Pick one task and do it for 5 minutes. That's it. That's literally it. Start walking and promise yourself that you're only going to walk for 5 minutes and just see where it takes you. Start decluttering a drawer in your room and promise yourself that you're only going to do it for 5 minutes or that you're going to do it for 5 minutes at a minimum. If you want to pray, tell yourself, okay, I'm going to at least pray for 5 minutes and that's it. But it's starting somewhere, right? And then I want you to take it a step further and create a plan, right? Okay, if I can do these things for 5 minutes, then for 5 minutes, I am going to plan how I can get unstuck or plan things that are going to keep me in motion and get me out of this rut. I am someone who loves a challenge. I am someone who likes to gamify things, so make things a little bit of a game in order for me to get remotivated. And so I actually created a challenge for myself. I know that I am someone who has to have like an end goal in mind. I have to put something in front of myself that I need to attain. And again, it's like gamifying something where if I do this, then I get this. So in order for me to get unstuck, I'm like, I need to challenge myself not in a super difficult, really hard way, but also sometimes I need that little kick in the butt. I need that, like, I'm going to do something a little bit hard because I know that I'm going to feel better after it, or because I know that I need to get out of this headspace that I'm in. And so I'm not saying do it exactly how I do it. Sometimes that challenge is too difficult for people, especially if you're in a really, really deep rut. So I want you to just do something that feels like an easy win, something that you can accomplish, that you know that you can get done. So that's why I gave you that 5 minute idea. But if you're someone like me who just like really needs to push yourself and kind of like throw yourself into something, you can set up a challenge for yourself. And so what I'm doing is I created a challenge, a 21-day challenge where I am going to focus on self love. This challenge isn't one that I've seen anyone do, and it's literally a self love challenge. I'm calling it the 21-day self love lock in, where I am just locking in on myself and giving myself as much love as I can. So I created an outline for myself that I have to follow. And I'm actually going to share the entire journey on social media. I'm going to post every single day on TikTok what each day has looked like after I've done the things that I set out to do. So, if you want to do the 21-day self love lock in challenge with me, you absolutely can. Make sure that you go to my TikTok to follow along and hear how the challenge is going. I'm going to have all the details and information there. My TikTok is bria.via, same as my Instagram. Make sure it's with 3 L's, but make sure that you go listen because that is a challenge that I am doing for myself where I just have 21 days that I am fully committing to taking care of myself. And when I give myself these things that I need to accomplish, one, it gives me something to look forward to each day. Two, I feel like because I've made a commitment, I'm now putting myself into a routine that's breaking me out of this cycle that I'm in. And then three, I'm going to reward myself at the end of it, and I know that really the true reward is going to be doing it and sticking to it, and then how I'm going to feel afterwards because it's going to get me out of this stuck state that I feel in. But also, I think it's important to give yourself something to look forward to, which is one of the reasons why I've been feeling stuck lately, is because I don't necessarily have something like that right now. And so it'll give me a reason to stay motivated. I'm a very disciplined person. Even through this stuck stage, there are things that I've still been doing. It hasn't been as often, right? Like I've been journaling not as often. I've been working out not as often. So like my discipline is still there, but I want to get back to where I'm feeling like I'm truly in a routine, where I'm feeling good, where I'm not feeling so icky about everything. So I am doing this challenge and I highly encourage you to do it with me if you'd like to, but it'll really help me get my eyes on the prize and get out of this cycle that I'm in. And so it's important to create a plan of how you're going to get unstuck and then stick to that plan. Make it simple, or obviously you can create a challenge for yourself, as I mentioned, but do something that just gets you in motion, that gets you going. A body in motion stays in motion, a mind in motion stays in motion. And so give yourself, whether it's something small, an easy task to do for 5 minutes, or whether it's something like a challenge, give yourself something to do. Make sure that it's a plan that you can put into action and actually fulfill. Don't put too much weight or heaviness on yourself or high expectations on yourself in this time, because it's going to make it that much harder to accomplish. So, one, understand why you are feeling stuck. Two, use that to create a plan, right? And understand how big or small that plan can be for yourself, but make sure that you're able to give yourself a quick win, or if you need it, a good challenge that will get you in the right headspace. And the third thing that you can do to get unstuck is interrupt the pattern of what you are in. If you are doom scrolling every night on TikTok, if you are waking up late every single day and getting ready at the last minute, if you are putting off chores, like you haven't done laundry in a while, if you haven't cooked for yourself in a while, if you're not even getting out of the house, I want you to interrupt the pattern that you are in right now. I want you to break the cycle by trying one new thing. I want you to go to a new coffee shop, listen to a new song, and learn the lyrics. I want you to pick up a new book. I want you to try a new recipe that you can cook. I want you to go to a new grocery store to get groceries. I want you to try on an outfit that you haven't worn yet, or put together an outfit with different articles of clothing that you haven't put together yet. I want you to try a new workout or a new workout studio that you haven't done yet. But do something new. Do something that you have not tried before. It can be small, it can be big, but I need you to try something new. Trying something new will start this like new neural pathway in your brain of putting you through a new challenge, and it ultimately will break the cycle that you are in. It is so important when you are feeling stuck to try something new. I even heard from someone once, stand up and walk 10 steps backwards. Like, do something that you literally have not done, but creating something new in a season where you feel like everything is sticky, where everything is slow, where everything's confusing, where everything is hard, it helps you break this pattern in this cycle that you're in. So try something new and it will push you to break out of this cycle. I recommend that you figure out why you are feeling stuck, then create a plan, and then try something new. Break yourself out of this pattern, out of these habits, out of this routine that you're in. Do something that is going to move you in a different direction than you've been moving in. And I promise we will get unstuck together. I literally did not want to film today. Like, I've been feeling so stuck that I could not even think about what I wanted to talk about today. I did not want to record. I just haven't been feeling it. And I was like, you know what? I promise you that some of your listeners, Bria, can relate to the fact that you are feeling stuck, can relate to the fact that you don't feel like showing up today, can relate to the fact that you literally can't even get words out on this podcast because your brain just feels so cluttered right now. Show them that. Literally talk about getting stuck, feeling stuck, and how you get unstuck. And something that I want to mention is, yes, those are the 3 steps to getting unstuck, and I think they're very helpful, and I am going to follow them. I promise you. My 21-day challenge starts tomorrow. By the time that this comes out, I'll probably be well into my 21-day challenge. So I am taking my own advice. I promise. Sometimes I don't. Okay? I am perfect, but I'm taking my own advice for sure on this one. But something I want to mention that I think is really important, sometimes these things don't work. Sometimes you are feeling stuck, and honestly, none of this is working. When that happens, if that is the case for you, that's when I recommend that you seek help. I think that there's so many things that we can do ourselves, but I also think it's important to lean on other people when we really need it, whether that be with therapy, whether that be with a friend, a trusted family member, someone that you can rely on, a mentor, me. I want you to lean in to someone around you and let them know how you're feeling. Let them know I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling lost. I'm feeling confused. I'm feeling analysis paralysis. I'm feeling like I don't know where to go next. And allow for them to help you. Sometimes you need a little help getting unstuck. Sometimes it is so hard for you to even get out of bed in the morning that you need someone to pull up and take you to a coffee shop and try something new. You need someone to call you and check in on you every once in a while. And you tell them that, right? Like, hey, this is what I need out of my friends right now because it's so hard for me to get out of this rut. That is perfectly fine. And I really encourage you to ask for the help that you need when you need it. Okay. So if you are feeling stuck and those three things are not getting you unstuck, ask for help and get the help that you need. There is nothing wrong with that. We all need it sometimes. Okay. So make sure that you are asking for help if you feel like you really need it. It is okay. Zero shame, zero judgment. That is how you're going to help get yourself unstuck is by getting the support that you need. All that being said, try those three things. I promise you that they will help you get unstuck. And if they don't work, ask for the support that you need, and that will help you get unstuck as well. But I appreciate you so much for tuning in. This message was for you if you are feeling stuck in a rut. We are on that journey together. I am also feeling that way, but we are breaking out of this. We are breaking out of this cycle. We are breaking these patterns. We are getting unstuck starting right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. I am here for you as always. I appreciate you for listening, and I can't wait to chat with you next week.